11 years. That's how long this incredible journey has been. 11 years of unforgettable moments, deep friendships, and a story that captured our hearts. It feels like we blinked and suddenly we're nearing the end. The thought of saying goodbye to these beloved characters and this world we've lived in for over a decade is truly heartbreaking. But now, the moment we've been dreading is on the horizon. Outlander's creator, Diana Gabaldon, has officially confirmed that major changes are coming to the ending of Season 8. With new details finally emerging, fans are in for a finale that will not only close the chapter on Jamie and Claire's timeless love story, but also redefine how it all ends. Season 7, Part 2, arriving this November, will be the emotional setup for an unforgettable goodbye. Would you not sacrifice everything for love? Behind the scenes, Outlander's journey to its final season is just as complex and layered as the story itself. Showrunner Meryl Davis recently revealed that Season 7 was a unique blend of content pulled from books 6, 7, and 8 of Diana Gabaldon's best-selling series. But for Season 8, the final chapter, the focus will shift almost entirely to Book 9, Go Tell the Bees That I Am Gone. That said, there was once real hope among fans that elements of Book 10, the grand finale of the novel series, which Diana is still writing, would make it into the show. After all, with Diana Gabaldon herself involved in writing the series, it seemed likely that the show's final season might end in parallel with the yet-to-be-published last book. However, Diana just broke her silence in a heartfelt post on her Facebook fan page, and the news left fans stunned. She confirmed that the ending of Season 8 will not mirror the ending of the book series. In fact, she was clear, the show and the books are going their separate ways when it comes to the final moments of Jamie and Claire's story. The challenge, of course, is enormous. The showrunners were given just 10 episodes to bring closure to a saga spanning generations. Season 7 concludes around the end of An Echo in the Bone, leaving written in my own heart's blood, Go Tell the Bees That I Am Gone, and Book 10 mostly untouched. That means the writers are now tasked with selecting only the most pivotal scenes and storylines, weaving them into a meaningful and emotionally satisfying conclusion that can somehow wrap up a decade-long love story in just a few hours of screen time. Diana, ever gracious and mindful of her devoted fans, said she hopes viewers will embrace the show and the books as two separate but equally powerful journeys. And honestly, maybe that's how it should be, two versions of one unforgettable epic, each with its own ending, its own heartbeat, and its own legacy. Diana Gabaldon has confirmed something that's left many fans with mixed emotions. The writers of the Outlander TV series won't be incorporating any content from Book 10, not because they don't want to, but simply because there's no time left to do it justice. With only 10 episodes to wrap up an epic saga that has spanned decades, centuries, and lifetimes, the creative team is facing an impossible task to bring closure without access to the true ending. Throughout the years, the series has remained impressively loyal to its source material. Yet now, with the clock ticking on Season 8 and the show concluding earlier than expected, the storytelling path has become more uncertain than ever. Book 9 ends on a cliffhanger, a dramatic, unresolved moment that would leave TV audiences hanging if it were used as the final note. That's not the kind of farewell fans deserve after investing in Claire and Jamie's story for over a decade. And Diana agrees. She's made it clear that she doesn't want to spoil the end of her beloved book series by revealing its conclusion through the show. Instead, she's keeping the final pages close to her chest. The true ending of Claire and Jamie's love story, every raw, emotional, and soul-stirring detail will only be found in Book 10. And perhaps most intriguing of all, Diana has promised that she will finally solve one of the most haunting mysteries in the Outlander universe, Jamie's ghost. You remember it, that unforgettable moment in the very first episode when Frank sees a mysterious Scottish man in a kilt gazing up at Claire through the window. That ghost. Fans have speculated for years, but Diana revealed that the full explanation will come only at the very end of Book 10. When asked if it would be in Book 9, she said, "No, it will be the very last thing in the last book." That leaves the show in a tricky position. The writers now face the challenge of crafting an original ending, one that stays true to the spirit of Jamie and Claire, without spoiling Diana's grand finale. It's a huge responsibility. Can they create an emotionally satisfying conclusion without unraveling the magic of the story? Can they answer mysteries like Jamie's ghost in a way that feels authentic, even if it's different from the book? Meanwhile, Diana has dropped a few tantalizing clues about how her books will end. First, she confirmed that the final scene will take place in the year 18. That's a massive time jump, considering Season 7 was set in 1777. It means we'll likely see Jamie and Claire in their older years, looking back on a life lived fully and fiercely together. Even more poetic is where it all ends, Scotland. Diana has revealed that the book series will come full circle, with the story returning to the Highlands, where it all began. The question now is, will the show follow that same path? Will we see Claire and Jamie's journey end in the misty hills of Scotland, where their love story was first written in the stones? Or will the show carve its own path, one final divergence in a series that has already made television history? As Outlander draws near its epic conclusion, there's still a mountain of storylines waiting to be resolved, and each one carries the emotional weight of an entire era. Season 7 Part 2 and the final Season 8 are not just about tying up loose ends. They are about delivering the emotional payoff fans have waited for over a decade to experience. One of the most powerful arcs left to unfold is William Ransom discovering the truth about his father, that the man he's known as Lord John Grey's son is, in fact, Jamie Fraser's flesh and blood. Watching William struggle with that truth, his identity, and the emotional fallout of such a revelation promises to be both painful and profound. It's a turning point that will redefine who he is and how he views the world. Then there's the chilling promise made by Archbug: "When ye have something worth taking, you'll see me again." That I promise you. That vow still lingers like a shadow over Rachel and young Ian, and fans are bracing themselves for the moment it comes to pass. The tension around Archbug's revenge is sure to explode, but will it cost Ian and Rachel their long overdue happiness? Or can their romance survive the darkness that still haunts them? Speaking of romance, viewers are desperate for a satisfying resolution to Rachel and young Ian's love story. Two souls, scarred by war and loss, deserve a moment of peace, a quiet, emotional conclusion that affirms love truly can rise from the ashes of pain. Meanwhile, the stakes are higher than ever for Roger and Brianna, still divided by time. Will they reunite in the past or return to the present? And what becomes of their son, Jemmy, as the mystery around Rob Cameron deepens? These threads must be pulled tight, woven into a narrative that honors their journey through fire, blood, and time itself. We also cannot forget the historical weight pressing down on our characters. The Revolutionary War is reaching its climax, and Jamie Fraser, soldier, lover, leader, will once again be thrust into battle. What role will he play? Will he survive to see the birth of a new nation, or will history demand yet another sacrifice from the man who has already given so much? And then there's Fraser's Ridge, the home they built with their own hands, the dream they bled for. Can it be rebuilt? Can it become the sanctuary it once was, as their story nears its final chapter? At the heart of it all lies the most emotional farewell of them all, the end of Jamie and Claire's love story. A love forged in war, tested by time, and immortalized across centuries. Their final moments together are sure to echo with the same words that have defined them from the beginning. "On your feet, soldier. I would very much like to kiss you." How many women do you know who are my age and still have all their own teeth? It's these small, human moments, the humor, the warmth, the strength that remind us why we fell in love with them in the first place. And now, as the curtain begins to fall, we can only hope that the final act of Outlander honors every heartbeat that came before. Well, I admit, you're very well preserved for such an old Sassenach. Even after all these years, Jamie's playful jabs still manage to melt our hearts. But as we approach the final chapters of Outlander, there's more than just romance and war left to resolve. There are long-standing mysteries still lingering in the mist. Unanswered questions that have haunted fans since season 1. What about Jamie's ghost, the silent, haunting figure that appeared in the very first episode, watching Claire from a foggy street in 1945? Why was he there? What did it mean? The show has yet to offer a concrete answer, and fans still theorize wildly. Then there's the enigma of time travel itself. We've seen the stones work their magic, but the true rules, the deeper mechanics of it all, they've never been fully revealed. Who can travel? Who can't? What determines the pull of the stones? And let's not forget Master Raymond, the mysterious healer from Paris. Who is he really? Is he a time traveler too? A magician? A shaman? Diana Gabaldon's books give hints about him being far older than he appears, possibly even from an ancient lineage of travelers, but the show has barely scratched the surface of his story. Then there's Claire's healing power, a gift that seems to grow stronger over time. We've seen glimpses of it, her instinctive medical skills, her strange connection to life and death, and that cryptic line from the books, "Ye said you wouldn't come into your full power until your hair turned white." What exactly does that mean? Is Claire something more than just a traveler with a surgeon's hand? Is her power magical, inherited, or something else entirely? It's not going to wait. Another cryptic moment that suggests there's a deeper urgency at play. Will the show finally unravel Claire's fate and the true nature of her gifts before the end? I'd love to know what you want the show to answer. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Your theories might just be right. And now, the most heart-wrenching topic of all, the ending. Everyone has their own dream ending for Jamie and Claire. Will it be peaceful, bittersweet, tragic? Cater Anna Balfe herself has shared her vision for the final scene, and it's hauntingly beautiful. She imagines an ending inspired by ancient legend. I think it has to be a Romeo and Juliet moment, where we are both together, or an Owen and Deirdre moment, where Jamie and Claire lie down together and slowly drift off. She's referring to a Celtic myth where Deirdre dies of grief following the death of her beloved. It's not just a romantic idea, it's deeply symbolic of the bond between Jamie and Claire. A love that's not just strong, but elemental, timeless. "I don't think one can survive without the other," she said. "Nobody is eternal, so they might as well go together." For those hoping for a future where Jamie travels forward through time to live in the modern world with Claire and their family, that fantasy has been gently but firmly shut down. A fan once asked Diana Gabaldon, could Jamie ever pass through the stones and live at Lallybroch in the 20th century? Her answer: a simple, emphatic no. Because Jamie's story is rooted in the past, in blood, in earth, in history. He is the Highlands. And maybe, just maybe, that's the heartbreak and beauty of Outlander. That some love stories are too powerful to belong to just one time. Sorry, not happening. Diana has made it abundantly clear Jamie cannot travel through time. His fate is bound to the 18th century, to the Highlands, to the war-torn soil he calls home. So, no, he won't be stepping into the future to live out a peaceful life at Lallybroch with Claire and their family. And honestly, would we really want him anywhere else? As we prepare to say goodbye to a story that has spanned decades both in history and in our own lives, the final season carries the weight of every heartbeat, every farewell, every moment that's made Outlander unforgettable. Now I want to hear from you. What are your hopes for Season 8? How do you envision Jamie and Claire's last chapter unfolding? Let's talk in the comments. I love reading your thoughts and theories. And if you're just as obsessed with what's coming in Season 7 Part 2, don't miss the next video where we break down every twist and turn you can expect this November. Thank you so much for watching, for supporting, and for being part of this incredible Outlander journey. Whether you've been here since the first episode or just found your way to the ridge, your presence means the world. Until next time, Dinna Fash, Sassenach. The story's not over yet.